Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Built for This. I am RJ, and this is my wife.
Jazz Marie.
Yes, and today we're going to have a little bit of fun, but we're going to play this 21 question game.
We're having a discussion
It's a
where we're going to
discussion,
have questions that we
yeah.
ask one another.
And I chose to pick this because of I always tell my wife like I always enjoy the conversations that we have, even if we disagree. I always enjoy them. So I just thought it'd be a good idea to have 21 questions, and some of these questions you can use and ask your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your spouse these questions,
Friends,
friends,
family,
family.
just anyone relationship wise.
Yeah,
Relationship does not just mean, we all know that relationships mean spouse, significant others, family, friends. Those are all, everything is a relationship, or anything we have with another person is a relationship.
right. So I'm gonna go ahead and lead us off. What is your favorite thing that you love about yourself?
Off the top of my head, I'm gonna say that I have an open heart, so I'm willing to see it in other perspective. I'm willing to not just be shut down about things, and this is new because I wasn't like this before, or I would say for the most part, because I've always had an open heart, but for the most part, when I was in the dark,
Hmm.
I didn't have. It was what I said, my way. Can't nobody change my mind. I don't care. Like, it was that. So that's off the top of my head. Yep. My open heart. My first question is: would you have guessed that you would be married this long?
Pass.
That's not acceptable. Would you have guessed that you would be married this? You would have been married this long. My questions, by the way, are going to be so random. They were just something I could think of quick. I didn't want to think too hard, too deep. Like, so yeah.
um. Yeah. Yeah. I knew that. I know I was gonna be married this long, and for even more longer because of. I mean, honestly, I was tired, and plus, I was ready. I know I was ready in whatever situation or whatever problem that we go through. I mean, I was willing to talk it out, understand why, um, come to a middle,
Hmm.
and come with and leave with understanding.
Who you looking at?
So yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I was
Okay.
looking off because I was like
Okay.
thinking, wanting to make sure that I said it right.
When people look off, what that mean?
When people look off, I be like
That mean
thinking,
they would
zoning
have.
out. Like,
Okay.
yeah. So what is your biggest regret?
I have a change everything, so I would say none, but just to answer your question, because I feel like everything that has happened is what made me be who I am today, or why I'm where I need to be, where
Okay.
I am today. But if you, for people that want, that needs an answer, I would say for right now, holding on to things that I knew should have been gone or done. That's a big regret. Like, I knew time and time before, but I still was like, but because of what? My open heart, my big heart. And is there anyone you still need to forgive, and what for? What, and when we do these questions, or when we do top of your head, that's what I'm doing. What comes to mind, because that usually is your answer.
Um, that's a real good one. I would say right now my great grandpops because we never came to a discussion of why things went the way they went, and I know why they went the way they went,
Mm-hmm.
but with him, um, and his dementia, or whatever, I don't think that I don't know, like he would like fully grasp or fully understand it, but I believe he would maybe some bits and pieces because he's still remembering. So I would say like not so of me forgiving him, but we both forgiving each other at that time in that season, because there was a lot going on for us, to where my granny passed away, his love had passed away, and I was staying with him, and I done lost everything because of where my mental mindset was at the time. So it was just like we was both at a vulnerable state where we needed each other to pick each other up, but we didn't know how to do that. So yeah, I would say my G pops. What is the best advice you ever received?
I don't have a best. Like, I'm not a best or favorites type person. I can say two things that came to the top of my head because that's how I'm gonna keep answering.
I just need one.
They both were good though. So the one was start out how you want to end. Don't do one thing and get deep into it and realize that you didn't want to do that or you shouldn't have been doing that. Start out how you want to end. Do it now. Do the hard work or do whatever it is you need to do now so that you don't have to unpeel and pull away from and remove. Do start off how you want to end. Do you have a favorite child, or do you view our children as having favor more to one than the other?
No, I don't have a favorite child because they all have their own unique personality, which I love, and they get our personality and they characteristics from us. So,
No, you don't.
yes, I do. I don't. I don't have a favorite one. I mean, it's just pretty much like knowing how to adjust to it, and that's adapting. So, yeah, I don't. If you could have dinner with a famous person, living or dead, who would you choose?
Jesus. Period. First, Jesus. Like, and I'm serious because I remember in my prayer time before I asked God, like, what? I literally was like, what was Jesus' feet like? What was his feet like? Because I remember having my hands where I was praising, but I had my hands like this and I was just talking. And I was like, what was Jesus' feet? Or I said, as I sit at your feet, what was Jesus' feet like? That literally came up. And so that I definitely feel like when I first started reading my Bible for with understanding, with revelation, I felt a little bit jealous. Like we didn't get to see Jesus in the flesh, or I didn't never got to see Jesus in the flesh. Like they were lucky. I felt like that. So definitely, it would be Jesus.
Okay.
And he was famous. So
yeah, of course.
oh, he was all that. Are you ready to be a grandparent?
Nah,
I'm telling you, these questions was like, I'm just thinking about our life and what's going on. Are you ready to be a grandparent?
I mean, nah, I'm not ready to be a grandparent.
I asked that because I think I was like, I thought about my mom,
Because I'm too young. Cause I'm too young. What is your favorite season of the year?
I'm gonna say summer. I'm gonna say summer because we've lived in. First of all, we lived in a place that had pretty much summer and winter, but I like the sunshine, so I'm gonna say summer. I feel like the sunshine gets me going. It helps. It motivates me. It does something to me. So, off the top of my head, yeah, I'm gonna say summer.
Mm.
But I don't have a favorite. But I would choose summer.
Right. So you?
Oh. Do you feel like you found your purpose in life or your calling?
Yes, I have. Yet I haven't really pushed into the full potential of it. The full
You haven't
potential of it.
deployed.
Yeah,
Deployed yourself.
I haven't.
Okay.
Yeah, and to me, I feel like the way that I know I really like we're starting to deploy or whatever is honestly like is when I get calls for what I do. Like when I get more calls for like speaking gigs or more um yeah, just more calls for like stuff that we do together and speaking, and also being involved in more couples being in like couples communities to speak on stage about what we do, our life, and what brought us together and things like that. So,
Okay.
but Lord said it's going to come.
Oh
So
yeah.
it's going to come. What is one of the most memorable times in your childhood that was fun?
When we would be at my grandma's house. My grandma's house was the place. It was the space. It was the everything. It was a lot of life there. So like I always looked forward to going to my grandma's house. Even though we have those things where we say like my grandma used to always yell and she was always like that.
We see why.
We love yeah, now I understand why. But I loved going over there. I enjoyed it. It was just the simple things, like it was the snacks, the entertainment we had there, like stuff that we took for granted as we got older, but we realized like, oh, people don't know how to skate. Oh, people don't.
Mm-hmm.
These kids don't even want to write on the sidewalk with chalk. We had all the chalk, all the colors. We had the fool's table, ball table. We had in the basement. We could skate in the basement. We could ride the bike in the basement. The house was that big. Like it was fun. Yeah. That was some good free
freedom.
Wait, was the question was free? No, it wasn't free.
No, it was free, but good fun.
Good
we
fun.
Get
okay.
It. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That was free. Not for her, but it was free. They say marriage or relationship is a mirror to who we are in some ways. What have you seen through me that you realize you were like as
well? Stubbornness.
I ain't stubborn. That's a lie.
Like determination. Mm-hmm. I say structured because I'm structured, and I would say that with you, you're structured too. Yet it's at a certain, like, pretty much like doing hair, like craft that you do. Me, I was not saying nothing bad or nothing like that, but me, I was taught to be structured through everything, every little thing. And with you, like when it comes to
I'm
hair,
structured at things I want to do.
Yeah, you structure at things that you want to do. I'm structured at just everything. Like, and I ain't trying to say like, being better. It's just that this is what, my granny taught me, So I would say that. Okay. And
babe, I said one thing.
I thought it was a couple of them, but
I said something. You own some things.
I thought you said if you could travel back to any year in the time machine, what year would you choose and why?
You got a lot of past questions for me. What about my future? Okay, I'll go back to the year before I got pregnant with my son because it's a blur and I don't remember. I mean, I'm starting to remember bits and pieces, but I don't remember like that. I feel like my 7th through 9th grade. And I just realized that some time ago, like, why I don't remember, but I know that was the blessing and why I had my son. And instead of me looking at it so negative or so shamefully, I see it now in the positive, the perspective of the positive. How has being the first child helped you become who you are today? Or how do you think?
I think it helped.
First child has helped you become who you are today.
It helped me be more mindful, be more responsible, independent.
Where are you looking?
I'm thinking. I'm up in the clouds. I'm thinking. I would say like mentally tough or whatever, and then also too just knowing how to take care of things at home. When my mom is out. Man, I had a lot of stuff I had to do being the oldest, but yeah, he taught me all that, and then also too just also just put my mind to things like so far as like if I believe in something and I believe and I know and I got this feeling that I can do it or I know that it's gonna get done, like it helped me do that. And also too like the position I was put in, I really took it for granted because I never thought that my brothers and them saw me as a role model. So it like a role model, a positive role model to them. Even though I was at that point of learning.
Mm-hmm.
They still saw it and they was learning themselves too as I was learning. And it was like, okay, not to do this. Okay, do this. Okay, do this, but don't forget this. So
Okay.
yeah. What are some things you learned about yourself in our marriage that you never knew about?
So you go ask me the same question I asked you about the mirror. Like, I'm just playing. What are some things I learned in our marriage that I never knew?
Yeah, that you never knew
About me or just
about
in
you.
general?
About you.
I didn't think I was gonna be a mom again. Do that go with your question?
I mean, let's just say characteristic wise. Like you never knew about yourself until and I say that because like during the time in
Well,
the beginning we was like blocked by a lot of stuff. And now what we see now.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go off right now. I never knew that I would be using my voice to speak in the way that I speak now. I was using my voice all right. Okay. I used to think, or I was told, I was told, or I took on this and believed these lies that I was the shy, quiet, or that goes so many ways. But I'm gonna say also because to realize that I've been doing what God is asking me to do all this time. I didn't realize that until some months ago. Like, oh, I'm already doing it. And that was when I'm like, God, I don't know how. I don't do. That's not me. Like, but you've been doing it already.
Right.
So I'm still doing what I'm doing but from a place of anger. And now it's like love and understanding. And no, you could be calm, you could be angry, but still in a loving way. You could be compassionate or have passion about what you're saying, but not like that. The Holy Spirit told me these things, or I knew these from when I was a kid, but you pulled them back out, or that being married pulled them out. I never knew that I would be able to talk out my problems, talk out my issues. I thought I would be how I would be was build this wall up, be angry, and then have outbursts, blow up.
Who came through and knocked that boy down?
God did.
Through who?
Me.
By
No.
me. By
Through
me. By me.
No, so yes, that's a good one.
You sleepy? Nah, I'm all right. Come on, we're gonna talk.
Mm-hmm. So my next question is, are you okay with your relationship with God right now?
I would say no in a good way because I know it's more. I know it's more elevation. I know it's more. I know, yeah, it's like I know it's more like just that. Okay, so if you had to guess what people appreciate the most about you, what would you say?
For sure, I would say my honesty. And I say that because I've got recently people reaching out, like whether, from the past or childhood and stuff like that. And they were saying like, I appreciate you. You were always honest with me, and you were right. I just didn't want to hear it in that time, or whatever they were saying. So my honesty, even though my delivery, I know my delivery was probably not the best then, and maybe sometimes now. My smile, I feel like I light up a room. Look, y'all, I got these marks from smiling so much. I was just thinking that a while ago, like, God, look at my eyes, like they kind of, are they baggy? What are they? Because of my smile, me smiling so hard all my life. I answer, or I listen and answer to really give an answer. That's still truth.
Just stick to those two. Yeah.
I ain't about to tell them what they want to hear. Remember that song?
Yeah. Okay, bet. What's the next one?
1, 2, 3. 3 things. I only said 2. Everything kept leading back to honesty or truth. If I could work on something to better myself, what do you think that is?
I feel like this is a setup, so I'm gonna have to pass.
No, I did realize that's asking about me. But no, I'm serious. If I could work on something better, if I could work on something to better myself, what do you think that would be? What would you say that is?
I still feel like this is a setup.
Why? I'm asking because I want to know.
I would say you don't, man, don't hold this against me. I would say you don't do it so quickly as you used to, but
So that means I'm working on it. So you got to say
yeah,
something else.
so I would say jumping the gun like quickly. And I know where it come from. I know why. But like yeah, it's something that you're working on and it's still there. Like jumping the gun and not like letting everything like get out to, to where you could understand it the first time and then you could go ahead and boom, go from there with your reply.
Babe, you're not.
You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but the people that's watching, you sound like you're not saying what you're trying to say.
What I'm saying is that jumping the gun too quickly is something that you don't want to hear or something that you're not trying to hear, whatever,
Okay.
because I know the truth. You know the truth or whatever, but yeah, and it's like boom. And yeah, that would be it. I mean, but like I said, it's you're working on it. It got way better. So, what's a bad habit you have and that you have been trying to overcome?
If I'm being honest, can it be anything or
honest?
I'm saying I'm gonna give you a habit. I'm saying, can it be anything, or do you have a specific area?
Be anything.
I have a bad habit of when I speak. I feel like for the most part, I speak calmly, and then when I get loud, I'm heard. But sometimes I do just go into the loud because I feel like I'm not gonna be heard if I say it calm. And I'm working on it. Because I've talked to God about this, and that's when I had the realization, like, okay, it's both ways for me. Like I said, I'll jump the gun and just go straight for it because I'm like, I done said this before, not in that moment, but I'm like, I done said this before and I wasn't heard. Okay, I'm about to just holler. But then in the moment, it do be where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna say it calm. Okay, say it calm again, and then once I holler, I feel like I'm heard. But I did, like I said, I went to God about it, and we getting it together. And as next year, this time, would you have wanted to accomplish next time this year?
I would say just spreading the word of God when it comes to being in a marriage and what it takes. I want to be known for that more when people just know us and we could just live our everyday lives helping people, really, like helping more people than what we're doing now, just doing more than what we're doing right now, like helping people, speaking God's word when it comes to a marriage, finding your partner, and just being on a lot of platforms that God lead us to.
Yeah.
Let's get that right. Platforms that God lead us to and say it's okay to be on here and just speak our truth, be us, and just help people. Just help couples, marriages, single people just finding, their spouse. So, yeah.
Okay, so a bonus question is, okay, do you value, and we both can answer this, do you value my needs or wants first? Me being your partner, your wife, your spouse. Do you value my needs or my wants first? What's most important to you?
Your needs.
Okay. How do you know my needs? I'm just playing.
Because you'll tell me. Because it's like you'll tell me, and it's like, okay, I know, and then if you don't mention it or whatever, I could just figure it out. Like, okay, she just said, okay, I could just figure like, okay, well, she want that, but she don't necessarily need it, and I mean by like, I mean, just for a little example, something easy like a pair of shoes or something like that. And then it's like, no, you want a pair of shoes, you don't need it because you got a whole bunch more or whatever. Something like that. So I value your needs first because when I value your needs, your wants is gonna. I guess it say your wants is going to be fulfilled.
They're gonna come along.
Yeah, they're gonna come along with it.
Yeah,
So.
okay. So I'm gonna answer the question the same. I value your needs first, and I would say a lot of me knowing your needs. I literally go to God. I'd be like, God, for example, God, show me who He needs me to be in this season for Him. Show me who He needs me to be to help support what's going on right now. God, can you show me what He needs? Not what I think He needs or what I think He wants or what I want Him to want, but can you show me His needs? Show me what He needs. So that's an example of, yeah, your needs are first for me because I literally pray about your needs. Okay, guys, that's going to end this 21 questions, 21 reasons.
For real, babe, go ahead.
If you guys have any questions you would like to know or want to ask, put them in the comments. We're going to do another questions, or we'll have more like this. So place in the comments your questions you would like to ask, and we'll include them in our next one. The ones we like, at least. I'm kidding. But yeah, put your questions in the comments and let us know if you like this by liking, subscribing, obviously commenting, and share this with someone. We're built for this, and you're built for this. We all are built for this. And we